So at this point, we're going to do async function get server side props. Okay, get server side props. How is the job? Look, I'm confused. All right, so basically this gives you something called context, right? Context allows you to basically access things like the params of the URL and the root URL and things like that when you're on the server, right? So everything inside of this function get server side props is happening on the server, so we have to bear that in mind. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is we need to do two things. I need to prep the chat and I need to prep the messages beforehand. Okay, so how do I do this? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a reference. The first reference I want to make is just going to be a DB collection to the chats collection, and I'm basically going to go ahead and go into the document of the chat where we basically go into, so imagine this root, it says /chat/ID, and this ID is like a wildcard, right? So somebody's saying, why don't we use the use effect? Because again, this is server-side rendering, guys. So this function is being rendered on the server, which means the normal React rules are different. They don't really apply the same way, okay? Right, so some differences apply in Next.js. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and say const messages ref. Okay, all right. So here I'm going to split this up. I'm going to say, I'll make it very easy for you guys. I'm going to say here we're going to prep the messages on the server, right? And we're going to save, and then here we're going to say const message res equals messages res. Sorry, what am I doing? Messages. Okay, here we're going to say await, and then we're going to say ref dot collection of messages, and then we're going to say dot order by timestamp, right? So when we basically push in those messages, order by the timestamp ascending, and obviously we haven't pushed in the messages yet, okay? So we're kind of, you know, preempting what we're going to do later, and we're going to do get. Now on the server, you can't do snapshot on snapshot and things like that, right? Because basically it has to fetch from the server and then it gets delivered to you, so it doesn't make sense. You can't really do anything real time after that. On the client, you have to have the real. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back? Okay, are we good? All right, are we good? All right, let me know if we're good and we're back and it didn't disconnect. All right, I think we're good, guys. Whoa, that freaked me out. All right, let me know if everything is good now and we're back and it didn't disconnect. Just drop an okay. All right, Aman, what's up, dude? Seeing you after a long time. Has serious medical issue. Broke both my legs. Oh my God, dude. I hope you're doing good. Okay, we're back. Oh, thank God. That scared me. Wow. Okay. God damn. Wow, that was scary. All right. Okay. Whew. All right, so let's carry on. I was thinking, I was like, no, we've come too far for this to mess up now. All right, so we're going to get the messages res. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say const messages equals get the message response, and I'm going to go ahead and say docs. Right now, where we need to kind of prepare the data on the server side, right? So we're going to say docs.map, right? And then here I'm going to go ahead and prepare it. So I'm going to say for every single doc, what I need to do is I'm going to basically create an object where it has the ID, which is the doc.id, and then we're going to have the doc data spread out, right? So this will basically simplify the array that we're going to send across to the client. Okay, so again, a lot of this stuff can be a bit kind of, you know, it can maybe go over your head a little bit, so it's fine, and everything's going to be okay, right? So we're going to hit save, and then we're going to go ahead and do dot, right, map. So once we have it in the appropriate sort of, you know, style that we want, then I'm going to